Alright. Where were we? Ah, Spurbus. I'm sorry, he can catch up, though. Let's see. You also missed my... Morning, you missed my, sea moth getting exploded. Let me see, what were we doing? You know, I'm hearing that actually these, oh yeah, solar charger is what I was gonna build, right? Yes. Just need a little quartz. Morning.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Probably need to turn on my quartz finder. Acarana, Albedo, Torgo. There we go. Let's see. Celestial Cowl. Hello. More? Give me some of that quartz. What the? It's not the easiest thing to find right at the start. But there is some here in these caves. I just need Cal. You got him. Yep, here in Nova Scotia, it seems the Conservatives have done it. Although, from what Kate's telling me, there's like a commitment to from this party to bringing in bringing in more doctors and stuff. So you know. Maybe things could be worse, right? Let's see. Got all this garbage. Ah, well. Let me tell you, where I come from, it's the opposite. Let me tell you, conservatives, where I come from, do the opposite thing. They don't do things, and then they're like, oh no, it will cause debt. So, if y'all got somebody where their thing is like, oh, we want doctors and we don't care about debt, could be worse, all I'm saying. But I need to build that storage thing. Hold on. So I need, what is that? A lithium and 3 titanium. Oh god, wasn't it a whole thing yesterday trying to find a lithium? Yeah. Ugh, I'm about ready to be done up here. Oh, I don't even need the storage because it won't make any difference because to finish that solar charger, I need some enamel glass. For enamel glass, I need, where did we land on that? Oh, there we go. I already had the stuff I needed. Bird.exe, hello. Marble cake. Let's see. Oh, I didn't actually make the thing. I'm making this solar charger for my sea moth. And I'm gonna grab a couple of magnetite to make this sonar. And I think that's gonna actually be good, because it occurred to me that I have to carry all this stuff back. So... No, that's not ominous. That's just stuff. There we go. I guess I could make that perimeter defense system if I'm not going to be making the sonar. Polyaniline and wiring kit. How do you make polyaniline again? Gold and hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is made from... Oh, I cannot make that up here. Okay. Whew. Sick. Alright. Let me just make sure there's not anything I need to bring for that grappling hook that I'm going to build when I get back down there. Advanced wiring kit, benzene, titanium, and lithium. I think I got that stuff. I don't need those quartz down there. Alright. Yeah, this is the getting shit done song. Alright. Maybe take some more stalker teeth, because that's one of those things I can't get down there. There we go. Anything else I don't need, really? Yeah, I don't need lead down there. Or this fiber mesh, even. I think I have lead down there. Alright. That seems like a good collection of stuff. But did I land on... So yesterday, right at the end, we got the... built the fuel reserve for the Neptune. All that's left is the cockpit. I think it might be worth it to considering what I'm gonna go through on this to build it. I'm gonna have to. I know I gotta have to do some more stuff, but I think I'm gonna just build a little wall locker right here that has the stuff I need for the Neptune. So that's the. It's gonna be a plasteel, enamel glass, computer chip. So let's put that plasteel ingot. How do you make a computer chip? 2 table coral. And I'll bring it with me. I'll bring it next time. I'm ready to get rolling. I'm ready to get going. What do we got? Anything else in here I need? Let's bring these stalker teeth. Yeah. Alright. Hey, I will take a sip. Somebody did a Grey Goo on Second Life, but with a gold ring. There we go. All right.
Welcome aboard. All systems online.
Back to Gun Island. Sonar back. No defenses, but I also got my solar charger. I think I gotta take this boy up into the moon pool if I recall. Oh. People are still messing around. People are going to be messing around in Second Life as long as those servers are up. I had a fun time a few years back, like 6 years back, is I just did a search for like, actually like installed Second Life and did like a search of like any places that had been set up for like by universities. Because I was just curious, I was like, I wonder if anybody did it like a big like, here's our university space in Second Life, and it was just completely empty wastelands. So like, you know, like Northern Idaho digital space, come like, and like things that have been set up by students and stuff, just empty. No, I just did a quiet, private exploration. Where is... Ah, here it is. Here's the moon pool. I mean, that was the thing. Everybody was like, well, we don't have the infrastructure to do all this, to do this, these classes, to do this in-person experience. And I'm just like, just get that server going. Oh, remember to turn it off this time. Turn off the lights. There we go. Alright. Enough of all this foolishness. For a second I couldn't remember why I had actually done this, and then I remembered. Right, it was to get the grappling arm recipe because I was sick of doing that lava exploration without it. Speaking of my prawn suit, time to go back to where it is. Hopefully not become one with the floor.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And we're good. One thing I am a little... I don't know, is there a Pokemon thing this morning? I gotta play like the last 2 DLCs. Like those DLCs that came out, I pre-ordered them and then as is my custom, did not touch them. I have a hard time getting back into... Like I get, when a Pokemon game comes... Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no. That's why I always bring the Sea Glide. Where is my prawn suit though? Because it was still an object in motion. And thus, in motion it remained. Beacon manager. Nightcrawler, where'd you go? I got warped. What the? Did somebody put a time capsule here? Oh no, wait, that's Kyanite. Damn it! This fucking guy. Where is it? I got warped out of my prawn suit and I don't know where it went, and it is not showing up. The beacon. Okay, green. There it is. Okay. The hell? Oh, weird. It just stays wherever it was when you were warping? When you get warped out? Oh. It was like walking around. Maybe they changed it for that specific reason? Maybe they don't want that to happen. I mean, I'm fine with it. Maybe... I'm absolutely fine with not having my other... Like, I just fixed that move. I just fixed my Seamouth. I don't want to spend another day fixing stuff. I did not bring much sustenance. Can't go wrong with kyanite. Oh, damn it. I thought this was the door out. Okay. How do I get back out of this room? Should be it. Oh, there it is. I liked the latest gen designs. The sword and shield. Those boys, those new boys. But Yellow is the only follow-up within the same generation that I've ever played, except for like the years later, like remakes. But I've never, like, I didn't play Crystal, I didn't play, like Omega. Well, I did Omega. That's a years later remake. But like, Crystal and all that stuff, like, Black 2 and White 2, it's just, that kind of stuff never really grabbed me. Because, like, it seems like those are like the where they experiment, and then those things show up in the later experiments. Not that there's anything against that, it's just... I actually need some quartz. I can just maybe get some here. A lot of it for me with it as a kid is I was always like, well, how am I supposed to get my Pokemon from Gold to Crystal? Like, how would I even do that? So I think that's where I fell off of it. Oh, Heart Gold and Soul Silver for me. Like I know how everybody's got their, oh, this is the best, but those for me are that's the series at its peak. For the specific reason that that was the summer that came out, that Heart Gold came out. My buddy had a used copy of Platinum, and we didn't. Neither of us were able to. We both stayed in town for college. Like we both stayed over the summer because we were both trying to get into or at least I was trying to get into a language class that I wasn't able to get into. So I had no plans, and we just sat around. It was like my last dirtbag summer, like true dirtbag summer, with like no plans and like no anything, and not. I'm sure I was. I'm romanticizing it in the way that I always do. the past, I'm like, I bet I had no worries then. It's like, I know that there's never been a period of my life where I was not stressed out of my mind. But it's easy to look back at that time and be like, ah, that time when we would go to the library and rent some DVDs, go back, try to break our record for 2v2 at the Battle Tower or whatever it's called, Battle Noun. We had whole teams that worked together as 2v2 teams. It was a fun time. Had like I had a Toxicroak that was healed by his by his rain dancers. It was sort of like the last time we were. It was sort of before, right at the end before things kind of fell apart with that dude. Like in terms of our friendship, so a swan song for that as well. I love Toxicroak. Mine was named Anthrash. Poison fighting. And I had a Lapras named Slesiosaur. I had an Alakazam named Mindfuck. That was back when you could name things that in Pokemon and Nintendo games. I still have those Pokemon. Like, they still exist. Like, past a certain point, every Pokemon I've ever had has been... They all just get brought along on the... The only downside is, like, is things like, oh, you know, my Alakazam, who was named... He was great because he was a waller. Like, nobody expects an Alakazam to throw up walls, you know, because it's supposed to be a glass cannon. But I bred one with a Mr. Mime to give it both the to give it like reflect and to give it encore. So they'd come out with their lead move, and I would drop encore. And then they'd be stuck in that, then they'd have to switch, and before they knew it, I got all my walls up. I'm just reliving my glory days now. How do I get back where I'm going, actually? Down there? Did I got turned around again. I think I've made this same mistake several times. Exactly why I need that grappling hook. Terror! But my absolute best, my absolute toughest customer of all was my Marowak named Murderwhack. I bred it to have the highest speed, highest attack, and it had the ability Rockhead that allowed it to use recoil moves without taking damage, and I gave it Thick Club as a held item, which doubled its attack. So it was just unstoppable. And everybody said Marowak's a glass cannon. You can't do it. You can't build a team around Marowak, but I did. I did because it was my favorite. Mindfuck, come in and set up walls. Switch into Marowak. It's all over. give this boy a grappling hook, eh? Oh, nice. Oh wait, what am I doing?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I think I'm a little light on titanium. Are those new DLCs any good? Marble, I think you've been playing them, right? Tight. It was Cal. It was Eevee Community Day in Pokemon Go this weekend. I rounded out my shiny Eevee collection, so now I have one of every evolution. And you can transfer them if you want. But I never will, because I think, to a certain extent, Pokemon Go is my Pokemon now. Like, I've played it across several generations. Oh, shit. For me in Pokemon, I can't get into the meta. It's too exhausting. I just like to make teams that are interesting out of the Pokemon that I like the most. I really enjoyed that feature a couple of games back where you could, like, they had those, like, bottle caps, so you could even improve, like, the IVs of a Pokemon. That was nuts. Couldn't believe that.
Seek fluid intake.
You seek fluid intake. Oh yeah, organic is over here. Unload my stalker teeth. Guess I should actually plant this out here. Be useful to have a second one. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Ivy breeding was brutal, but there was that new one. Well, that's the thing. That's why they have those tiers. But there was that new way of there was that bottle cap thing where you could actually like improve the IVs of a Pokemon. You could get them like you could get them really maxed out. Then there was that super training. I hated that they got rid of that because it was like a mini game to actually do EV training. All right, we're getting lost in the Pokemon sauce. Water. One was. There we go. Oh, I could actually build a medical kit fabricator now. I just need fiber mesh. How do I make that? Ah, a couple of creep bones. Let's see, just there we go. There we go. I think I need a computer chip also. Right. I'm always needing computer chips in this game. Bane of my existence. 2 table coral, a gold, and a copper wire. Alright, gold. table coral. Nailed it. Alright. And now we just... Where's the best place for that? I think right here, part of a sustenance zone. Oh, I need a titanium. Right. So I did that harvesting. Stalker teeth and organic over here. Here's my high-level mats over here. Titanium, aerogel, quartz. Didn't bring any. The original Pokemon games were on the original Game Boy. Okay, let's get to work. Let's make that thing. Huh? Let's make that. Oh wait, that's over here. Let's make that grappling arm. You know, benzene, an advanced wiring kit, and a lithium. If you had a Game Boy Color, it would change. It was neat because every town had a color theme, and it would just change the color to whatever that theme, the color of that town was on the Game Boy Color. It was a really simple and clever way to do it. God damn it! Am I gonna have to go get some table coral? Feels like I am. All right. Okay. Table coral, if I recall, there is some... I figured out there was some, like, right back up there. Go. Oh wait! Or is that some? I guess I could turn on the scanner. Yeah, I'll do that. See if I can... Oop. I love hitting the surface edge of the pool with enough speed to not have to use the ladder. Alright, let's see. Table coral does not show up. Irritating. Alright, that's fine. Which is the way back up? That's the way down, because it helpfully has a volcano. And that's the way back up, because it helpfully has a... Helpfully it leads up. Ooh, big egg in the tree. I love pixel art. I think it's neat that we've, like, a game like this, like a game like Subnautica, it's very pretty, but it works despite not, like, it doesn't have to be. I hope we can realize a place. I hope we can get to a place where it's like, this is about as nice as games need to look. Like, they don't need to look much nicer than this to get their point across. Oh, whoop. People don't have to be working themselves into an early grave. There it is. There's some. Table coral, baby. Any more? Shit. That's enough. It's really not hard to get more. Especially because I'm about to have that grappling hook, so getting up here will be a breeze.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Anything else I want to harvest while I'm up here? What's this? We got titanium. Can't go wrong with titanium. You will need it eventually. Several times in this game before it clicked to me that, like, oh, titanium is the thing you never not need. You never don't need. Yeah, that's a good point. Leaf yeah, humans are I think that's why so many that's why indie works so well with horror, is because you don't need other people. You don't need other people to do horror, really. You can, obviously, but the more people you add, the more like regular looking people you add, the more you're...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Or Soma, which has like almost no other people in it. Like physical humans, at least. That's the great question. Let's see. Grappling arm, advanced wiring kit. Alright. Let's put this quartz away. Oh. Maybe time to turn a little bit of it into glass, just to reduce. Yeah. Also with horror, like, the uncanniness of seeing someone else can be used stylistically without having... Like, you're seeing a person and having that person look weird as shit doesn't necessarily detract in horror. Alright, beacon or two, right? One beacon here. Oh. Let's see, lava mats, drop this kyanite off. Drop a... Okay. Nope. How we doing? I need... grapplings, arm, benzene, advanced wiring kit, lithium. I could have sworn I had benzene. Oh, there it is. Advanced wiring kit. 2 computer chips. Computer chip I need gold and copper wire. 1 gold. Couple copper. Hey Shinjo, morning. Oh. Boop boop. Alright, almost there. I think I need 1 lithium. Was that it? There we go. Grappling arm. Okay. Now we got it. Nailed it. Let's see what that boy looks like. Grappling on the right, punch, drill on the left. Alright. Let's see, drop some organic stuff off here. I guess I can make some of this into enameled glass. Might as well. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I will take a sip. Thank you. Ah. Love enameled glass. Oh. Ah. You going skating? Alright. Alright, happy wheels to you. Oh, Jesus. Well, I might come join you. Let me know what's going on. Alright. I'm reading from the chat. Have fun, Kate. Go clothesline a bike cop. Alright, well, yeah, keep me in. Keep me looped in. Love my wife. I'm gonna head out there after. Go see what's up. Gonna get myself kicked right out of this country. That was Canada. Good for a while. Let me see. I think I made one that was just... Oh, I bet my thing's done. Yep. Medical kit. Excellent. Grab some waters. Let's see, drop some salt. Whew. Let's see what we got. Alright. I gotta make sure I am informed about the state of affairs in this province. Whoa, okay, that's just one province. I wish VR, to that point, Cal, I wish VR weren't so... How would I put this? Oh, interesting. It looks like the medical kit fabricator and the water together are working to keep me at 750. I wonder if it would... What does it take to build a nuclear reactor? It would need to take up this central space. Couldn't I build another one on top of this one? Like just make that my nuclear area. There we go. Perfect. And what do I need for that? Bet I'm gonna need another, yep, advanced wiring kit. Alright. Where's those mats I brought? Got a titanium ingot. Need plasteel, 3 lead, and advanced wiring kit. Okay, advanced wiring kit. One of these days I'll be able to remember. I think it's 3. I'll end up needing 3 gold, couple copper, some silver for sure, and a couple of table coral. Will this do it? Oh, Hylix was really interesting. Hylix was a really interesting experiment that sort of proved the point that 90% of what you're getting in games is unnecessary in terms of like that a lot of what you get in games is like you can follow games without really understanding the specifics of what's going on, which I thought was neat. It's a pseudo. It's got some really neat art. A lot of it is like claymation, and it is a somewhat randomly generated type deal. I need a couple of titanium to figure that out. Like the things that random characters say are like a lot more randomly generated than they traditionally are, but it kind of calls attention to the fact that it's often might as well be. I liked it a lot. Maybe I'll play that. Maybe I'll play that this. You know what? That would be a great game for this Friday.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
It's hard to say. Only because I don't know what that is. I didn't know there was a Hylix 2. I played that at a very odd time. Did I build? Oh, nope, nope. Can't go there. But I think I maybe built stuff in all the places that ladders can go. Shit. Oh wait, here we go. Put one here that sucks. I will get in my way every single time. Yep, that's not gonna... Wait! I think actually, I just had an idea. I don't think I actually need to be able to get to this room. So I could just build a nuclear reactor up here and then close the door behind me. Let's see. Alright, nuclear rods. Oh, right. Let's see, nuclear rods, how do you make those? That's gotta be... Reactor rod, 3 uranite, a lead, a titanium, and a glass. Okay. Three uranite, a lead, Shit, I'm out of lead. Unless, did I pick some up? No. Alright. I'm gonna go grab some lead. Get the scanner room. Oh. Is there any right nearby? I did everything for distance and nothing for speed on these because I just wanted to see how much of this underground. Oh, come on. Oh. Oh, another one down there. No. That's far away. Huh? Another one? Close, perhaps? No? Alright. You know what? Oh, there's one. Back up there. Yes. Great opportunity to test out the... No, I'm not going all the way to the surface. Fuck that. This is a great opportunity, though, to test out the old... Oops. Let's see how those, see how that grappling hook works. Oh.
Welcome aboard.
I agree. Thank you, Gargle. Let me see something. One second, sorry. Boop boop. Boop boop. Jibbity boop. Alright, let's see how this works.
Captain.
Hey, which is which? Alright, that's probably the grappling hook. Okay. I like that, okay. That's alright, let's see. Oh, it will slam you right into something though, huh? Okay. Alright. What's the distance on this boy? Not bad. Alright. I gotta be careful, because the physics in this game are, it's not the longest grappling hook I've ever seen. And can I jump from here? Yes. Alright, let's get that single lead. Alright. Alright, I'll get better at this. Oh, good. It's not a single lead at all, is it? Castellan. Castellan. A Castellan is somebody who is in charge of a castle. Uh-oh, getting pretty close to that one guy. Okay, so this will like... Oh, it's momentum. I see how this works. So you get a little speed, height, you pull it, loop. Okay, that's pretty cool. Root's not the best thing to be. Castellan. Small observatory. And there we go. You know, things are... It's not the best thing. It's not great that the Conservative Party was elected here. I am not thrilled about it, but I've lived here a little bit now. I've lived here for about a year, and I gotta say, it's different here. It is different in Canada. It is different in a lot of ways. There are things about it that seem, I don't know. It could be a lot worse, I guess. That's sort of what I'm trying to say. It's not the, it wasn't that election, it was a local, I gotta figure out more about how the politics work here because it's different. The executive branch isn't just like some guy. Like it's not just like the whole thing is different here. The way they do the elections. A little bit refineries. Alright, I'm gonna drop this boy in there. And hopefully that will be enough here to keep the power, keep the lights on, to not have to worry as much about the... Yeah, Ian Rankin is not very popular. Feels like that had a lot to do with what happened with them losing. Alright, Cal. I'll see you around. I'm gonna go check out... Yeah, I'm gonna go check out that, the big lava castle. It's a medical fabricator. Now that I can. Where's my little fix my guy here? Alright. I don't have any way to defend myself. But I'm confident. That goes a long way. heading down. Did I get my beacons back? Yes, I have beacon singular. Maybe I'll grab the other one. I'd like a beacon both to the area that I'm dropping down to, and one to wherever I will have to go in within that area.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's see. I put that in organic. It's being lazy, or did I put it over here in miscellaneous? Yes. Okay. That's the uncanny valley, baby. And we hate to see it. I love little things like this in this game. Like it's a game that seems to be kind of throwing you to the wolves, letting you fend for yourself, but stuff like little things like this, like there's two ways to go. Which way is the lava? Oh, it's the one with the volcanoes. Drill. I think it was worth it to establish this forward base. I can't imagine doing all this stuff if I had been, like, forced to go back up to the surface. Oh, I'm glad you're digging abduction. That game hit me real hard. Can I grapple stuff? Yeah, Gen 1 had the whips. That was back when they were... Alright, so what are we doing? So moving forward, I am looking for that lava pit that I found last time. Like that dropped down. I found one time. And then I'm just gonna drop down. We'll see what's down there. Because that's the next, according to my... Here, let me... Save. Save and stop for a second. Pause here for a second. So according to that data bank I found, data downloads, codes and clues. Yeah, primary containment facility. Structured within a natural chasm south-southeast of the fireplace. Depth 1.4 kilometers. So if I go to the fire zone, to the lava formation, and then I head south-southeast from there, should be good. There we go. Still kind of learning how to use this. Seems like it's best used, this grappling hook is used for like momentum, like that. There we go. I can't punch right now, so... Oop. Kinda doing my best here. Shit, shit, shit. Yeah, I'm hooking. Went all the way back upstairs to... back up to the start. To get this grappling hook. Okay, that's my boy. That's my lava formation entrance, so south by southeast. About at about 1.4 down, I think it said. This is about the deepest. Ooh. Here we go. Shit. Come on, just let me let's see, I'll call it you know what? Cellar door. There we go. Fixer. There, perfect. Do want to have Sea Glide on 3. Propulsion cannon on 4. There we go.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright. Here we go. Oh wait. I might be wrong about that. That might have been the wrong place for that. Or not. Okay, that actually wasn't the cellar. Damn it. That's just gonna mislead me. I gotta go back for that. I thought this was that big pit drop-off I had found before. Back here, you. There we go. Alright. I mean, this looks like the way. Opposite of... Where's the lava formation? So it should just be... Here's the thing, it's south-southeast. I'm starting from here, I guess that's... That looks a little more promising and familiar. No. Oh shit, I latched onto the fish. And no, that was doable. Alright. Alright. Just looking for the way down. Try starting morning too. I'm gonna try starting from up here, and because it's hard when it says something. It's like, oh, it's south-southeast, and then I just get where I can see it, and then start heading south-southeast. Start heading in the direction from there, which is not quite how directions work. You may have seen a downward way. I'm gonna try to get up here and see if I can see it from up here. And hopefully I'm not gonna get attacked. That looks likely. Hopefully I'm not gonna get dragon snagged. Excuse me. Big bird. Alright. Ooh, what did I say? South-southeast, an area of volcanic activity. Okay. Seeing some volcanic activity here. Maybe it is down in here. Because now that looks like north by northwest. Alright. Jesus, okay. Damn, I know I've found that pit before. Do all planets not have magnetized poles like ours do? It does? Maybe it's farther. Actually, Torgo, it is, sort of. I mean, we have a tilted axis, but planets, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, here, this looks likely, actually. Because, when after the dust in a pre-solar system reaches the point where the dust all reaches critical mass and the sun begins being a sun, the different elements and materials in the various areas, in the general area, end up at different points of orbit based on what they are made of, which is why, so you end up with a sun with like rings like there are around Saturn of different materials, and those materials run into each other enough, and that's how you get planets. But they end up on the same orbit, like on the same plane. And the same thing kind of happens with galaxies. Stars end up kind of drawn into that. That's why things end up on a flat spiral. Anyway, kind of neat. I always found that really neat. So I'm looking for something at about 1400, I believe. An area of volcanic activity. And lava should be north-northeast of me, and I believe it is. So... Huh. This seems like the spot. Right? Seems likely. Slam of water. Oh, that looks... Ah, that way. Yep. Here we go. Here's the way. Here's the damn cellar door. Whoa. What's that guy again?
I am what you seek. Want to help you.
Cool. That's good to know. That is some nice signposting, video game. Good job. Yeah, I've only encountered those when I've made like What the fuck is that? I've only encountered those when I've made like progress. Oh, it's another one of those guys. Oh. It's here we go. That looks like... Oh. Damn. It did look like the thing, and then the texture loaded in. Okay. What could possibly be dangerous about this place? What is 70? Oh, 70 Celsius. What is 70 degrees centigrade in Fahrenheit? 158. That actually still seems rather low for convection heat. Oh. Okay. Hey, what's up, man? We cool? You seem chill, actually. Seem less chill than you were. Thanks. All right. Well. What did it say this place was called? And I'm at Primary Containment Facility. PCF. There we go. All right. Let's repair you a scooch.
Welcome aboard,
Oops.
Captain.
Okay. Please be blue. Yes. So this is to make sure you go to the thermal area before you come here. Is that? Well, I immediately got stuck, but I got this now. I got my grappling hook. And just pull myself along.
Translating local alien broadcast. Warning, vaccine development program terminated.
Oh no.
Embryo egg hatching project terminated. Live specimens terminated. Evacuate immediately.
The... Oh, it's because I'm trying to jump. Right, you can't jump in here. You can't really jump in here, like... Yeah, there's something useful for the prawn right up there. That's one of those drill zones. Son of a bitch. There we go. Ugh. It's like constantly stuck in a state of the jump is the problem. Oh my god. My god.
Keep on keeping on, game worms.
Look, because here's the thing. Special equipment. That's literally a. That's a drill point right there. Ooh.
Keep on keeping on, game worms.
Ooh, like a limitless source of energy. You just. This sucks. Oh god, this is even worse because it loaded me, like... 'Cause I want that stuff. Can I reach the ceiling? I want ion cubes, though. I used all of mine for what I need. Whoa. Ugh. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. Now, touching the post is how, like, getting on top of those is what makes it break. And this is why I made the grappling hook. Because I was like, okay, I can't, if I'm gonna... Oh, and I even need it to open... Oh, please don't be another tablet zone. Oh my god. I don't have a fabricator here, come on. Ugh. Oh. Wait a minute. Is it making another ion cube? Yeah, I can make the blue. You can make them as soon as you scan one. Where is that? I need 2 kyanite. Okay. Can I build a base in here? No. Alright. Ugh, might have to come back. Or maybe there will be... Oh, okay. Alright, enzyme...
Integrating new PDA data.
Enzyme Project 42. According to translated data logs, an indigenous Leviathan species was found to produce a unique substance referred to as Enzyme 42, which inhibited the symptoms of the bacterial infections and other... Okay. Session was captured and contained a purpose-built habitat for further study. Researchers went to great lengths to provide for its needs, including the import of interdependent flora and fauna by an on-site warp gate. However, its health quickly deteriorated. Okay. So they found something that made... They found something that produced a cure for this thing. And they tried... Did they say what it was? Indigenous Leviathan. Preserved fetus. Oh, it's the sea emperors. Okay. It's likely a child of the adult specimen contained within the facility. Superficial damage was artificially removed from its egg casing. Stunted tissue development expired during... Okay, so they... Appears that aliens were attempting to formulate a cure for the bacterium from enzymes produced in the species' digestive system. Without a young, healthy specimen, these efforts were in vain. So they tried... They tried. Oh. Preserved egg casing. Neat. Formed of thick layers of carbon composite, an extensive gestation period. May give birth just once per century, perhaps just once in their lifetimes. How would that work? How would that work for a species? Time pressure to develop a bacterial vaccine may have driven the alien researchers to cut open this egg and remove the fetus for study. Remove from its planet natural habitat some vital conditions. Oh, so this is not where they're from. Oh, they came here and seeded this entire planet with all of these different species specifically for the life cycle of this one organism. Oh, right, it's a secret. And, it didn't take. I read it just here. Like, they said that they... Yeah, race species... No, wait. Yeah, there was a thing, sea dragon egg. It was in the alien stuff just now. Basically, there's a sea, like it looks like the Sea Emperor kept, yeah, that young says, it appears the aliens were attempting to formulate a cure for the bacterium from enzymes produced in the specimen's digestive system. It also makes sense with the race species thing. Uh, like there's just a ton of rays here. And it says something about how they attempted to replicate its. Yeah, here we go. The Enzyme 42 project went to great leaps to provide for the lifeform's environmental needs, including the import of interdependent flora and fauna. So they tried. Well, that's not what it says that I'm seeing. Sea Emperor. See, Sea Emperor is also removed from its parent and natural habitats. Oh, they might have just died here. Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. Alien building block. This rock-like object features organic soil and mechanical parts. Genetic serve no purpose in its current state and is awaiting some kind of activation sequence. Yeah, and there's been like a lot of well, there's been like a lot of references to like that the stuff like the where is it? Stuff like it's all over the place. It's in like even the geological data. Like the unusual like limestone outcrops, the unusual geological structures often form around titanium and copper deposits are distinct to this planet. Closer analysis reveals that the stone around the metal has been hardened against erosion, and that thing just now said that they build. It's interesting. Organic matter particulator. This device contains a highly unstable radioactive isotope, likely to destroy all organisms exposed to it, while leaving physical structures intact. Function as a weapon. It was more likely used to sterilize spaces for later inhabitation. Without instructions, would be unwise to interact with it. There's also a line about somewhere about how basically 100, like the information. Huh. I'm still figuring it out. Oh, Jesus. That sounds pretty intense out there. I'm gonna empty case. Nanobots. Oh. It's a case full of nanobots. I see. Translation device. Okay. Okay, it doesn't work the other way around. Crescent artifact. Tracking implant. Oh, okay. Indigenous to 4546. Okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Indigenous. My mistake. What else is here? Hopefully some food, because I didn't bring any. I die in this museum. Ooh, old-timey tablet. Cool sword. Ancient Earthblade, what? An ancient Earthblade dating back to the 13th century. Blood samples on the blade match the DNA of 7 separate heads of state from the period. This evidence supports the theory the aliens are an ancient, spaceborne civilization engaged in the surreptitious study of less developed species. Alright. Huh. They influence Chinese philosophy. Neat. And a cool statue. Neat. Oh, we did word of the day. It was Castellan, somebody who's in charge of a castle. Alright, I'm going to... see if I can... Oh wait, not this way. Ah! Well, now you know. All caught up. Oh boy. Alright. It's around in here. Ooh, oh, okay. Oh. Big data download. Ventilation control.
Integrating new PDA data.
Water flowing to and from the primary containment facility is being automatically controlled independently of other safeguards. Water is being drawn from different bios around the surface of the planet. Oh, that's those vents I've been seeing. Water temperature is considerably lower than the volcanic environment outside the facility. Outflow is oxygen-deprived water. Okay.
Calorie intake recommended.
So there's some kind of... It's like a giant enzyme host peepers leaving the... Oh! Specimens show no symptoms of infection, scanned or containing. They may have purged the contents before entering the pipes. The peepers have evolved to distribute the enzyme via the pipe network and explain the mechanism by which life on 456B has survived. Oh, so the peepers are distributing. The ones entering have no... interesting. Wait. How do I get... Are there any... Can I have one of those peepers and eat them, please? I'm very hungry. Oh shit, is that table coral? Alright. Ooh, there they go. It has a... I think that connotation is intentional. I think, like, a creep. I think they're a little creepy. And, like, the implication that you are being watched in this game without realizing it, which is always a fun thing. That's always a fun thing in a game where you think you're alone. Yeah, there's kind of a, what am I looking for? Not Hades, Transistor-esque thing where, like, the first thing the protagonist calls. Oh, cool! Oh, shit, yes! Alright, that's a way out. So definitely glad I brought the prawn. Leap, leap, leap. Alright.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, it's working a little better now. It's one of those arches. Alright. Wherever this goes, I hope They have food. $2.39? What the? Am I back on Gun Island? Again? Oh. Hey, there's some food. What the? How are you doing that? And chomp.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Where am I? Sort of in terms of... Where are you? Oh, are you not food? Oh. Okay. I am... here. I don't actually know precisely where this is. Seems like I'm a jam. I'm really far from anything I know. I actually do have another beacon. Lucky me. But I wanna get back down. Where the fuck was that before I get... Oh, I don't have another beacon. Shit. I'm gonna... What are you? I need... Are you food? You look like food. Oh, there's... What's this? Ooh, a new egg. New egg just dropped. I wonder if there's enough materials right around here to get a little base going. Ooh, that's a nice looking egg. That's another nice looking egg. Oh shit. Okay, folks. Much love to everybody. I gotta go see about this stuff. Thank you to patrons. I gotta go see what's going on about this stuff. Thanks everybody. We'll pick it up back here tomorrow. I will not get arrested. I'll do my best. We got the Discord. Can somebody do all the stuff? I gotta
Keeping on, game
somebody
worms.
do the things. You know. Peace out. There it is. I'll try not to. Thanks to patrons. Bye. Much love.